Today we're very glad to be chatting with Haibon from The Bachelorette. How's it going?
It's going really well. How are you doing?
Good, good. Glad to be chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us about your experience being on Bachelor in Paradise. What was that like for you?
Bachelor in Paradise was certainly much more dramatic and much crazier than I ever anticipated. So going into Paradise, I was a little hesitant, just because so soon off the Bachelorette, and I had never seen it before, so I didn't watch the first season, so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. But after talking with some friends about it and talking with people that work with the show, they kept mentioning Marcus. And because I was fourth on Caitlin's season, Marcus was fourth on Andy's season. He was definitely, they said he wasn't really over Andy yet. He just was kind of going to Paradise just to see what might happen, and then he ended up leaving engaged. So they were like, you never know what's going to happen, so you might as well come, and the worst thing that will happen is you don't have a connection, you go home.
That's
So I was
true.
like, yeah, let's do it.
So was it everything you expected then, or totally different?
Totally different.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew, obviously, there'd be some element of drama. There always is, but not nearly to the extent I thought. It definitely exceeded my expectations.
So now tell us also, Bachelor in Paradise, what were your dates like with Clare and Ashlee I? What was that like for you?
Yeah, so actually I had the first date card, and she asked me on it, and I was very flattered, to be the first guy I asked in Paradise to go on a date, and so that was a lot of fun. We got to know each other well. We were driving that little dune buggy, and got to, hang out by the beach and drink some champagne and just talk about her experience on the show, my experience on the show, talk about what we're expecting in Paradise, getting to know each other more, so she's definitely a sweetheart. And she's a good friend, and we talk to this day. So that was definitely a great date experience. And Claire's an awesome person as well. Her and I get along really well. She's very sarcastic, so she's definitely on my level in terms of jokes and sarcasm. So we really hit it off there, and so we had such an amazing date. I mean, to be able to go bungee jumping over the ocean. They didn't show it all that much too because we were in the sailboat and they sailed us up to the cliff, and then so we had to jump off the boat and swim to a cage that was lowered, and so we had to get in the cage, and then the cage brought us to the crane where we jumped off. So it was a pretty intense experience.
Oh my gosh, that was your first time bungee jumping?
First time ever bungee jumping, and it was over the ocean in Mexico, so I got really lucky.
Wow, and no fears there? No fears?
No, I was terrified in the inside, but Claire was having a really difficult time because she's apparently afraid of heights. So I was like, oh, great. Of course I'm going to have Claire, who's just terrified of heights, go on this date. We were bungee jumping. So she was really hesitant of going, and it took us about 20-25 minutes to really convince her to do it. So I had to hold myself together and, just stay confident and try to remain cool on the outside and tell her it was going to be fine, we're going to be all right, even though on the inside I'm just crying. I felt like a duck on the pond where, like, above the water, everything's cool, calm, collective, and then underneath the water, those feet are going a mile a minute. So,
right. Oh
yeah, I was definitely scared.
Now, can you tell me, okay, like on any of these shows, Bachelorette, Bachelor, if someone doesn't want to do something and they are afraid, do they make you do it or can you skip it?
Oh, no, you can do whatever you want. Obviously there are times where, they want you to do things, not anything bad, but just like, you can say no to anything. Yeah, you can say no to whatever you want. They don't make you say anything. They don't make you do anything. At the end of the day, it is your decision.
Oh, okay. On Caitlin's season, there was a lot of fun stuff you guys did, but except for you with when you got hurt.
Oh, in boxing? Yeah, that was crazy. So I thought, it was Ben H and myself. We were the first ones fighting. And, the thing was, all 8 of us who went on that date, we didn't know what was going on, so we thought whoever won the boxing match was going to win the rose. So we were like, well, we have to go all out. And so I remember Ben H and I were the first fight and kind of looked at each other and we were like, all right, we love you. Like, we love each other, but let's just get in the ring and do this, and then once the fight's over, we're still going to love each other. And so that's how all the guys were reacting. And I had never been in, a full-out fist fight before, some pushing and shoving during sports and things like that, but I did pretty well, and then I went against Koopa, and I'm like, I'm going to get, pummeled. Koopa's a big dude, and so, I did pretty well against him, so that's, I was definitely shocked by that, and As bad as I was hurting, I still had another fight, and I had to go against Ben Z. So it didn't take long for Ben Z to knock me out, and then they wanted to take me to the hospital for cautionary reasons. So I ended up going there, but it worked out well because then I ended up getting some alone time with Caitlin. So it did. I felt really lucky. It worked out in my favor.
Exactly, exactly. And then each episode that airs, do you watch it live as they air? Each one?
Oh yeah,
you do.
Yeah. So occasionally, I'll talk to a producer beforehand, before the show, because they watch it ahead of time, and if anything, pertaining to you, they just want to give you a heads up. But majority of the time, you're watching it live. You're experiencing it just like America's experiencing it.
And then also, if you could have now for Bachelor in Paradise, any celebrity come on the island, who would you like to see and why?
Oh, like a celebrity crush?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyone who could walk in now, a celebrity, who would you like to see?
Oh God, I'd probably either say, Rachel McAdams. Well, my celebrity crushes are Rachel McAdams and Emma Stone. So if it was one of those two walking down the stairs, I'm pretty sure I'd faint.
Really?
So that would definitely be my choices. Yeah, Rachel McAdams, because she's just beautiful, and she's got this really sweet quality, or at least from what you see on television. Very quiet and really just like girl next door cute, and ever since I saw The Notebook, it was game over. That was my number one celebrity crush.
Okay, so you're obviously like a romantic, I'm assuming. Do you like the whole giving roses and the fancy dinners and all of that stuff? Are you that type of guy?
That's the great thing about this experience. If you're a sappy romantic, a romantic sap, then you have a really cool and unique opportunity to have your fairy tale ending. So that's the great thing about this entire experience, and the great part about this journey. And I'm definitely a romantic sap.
And then now tell us, so you think it's obviously a good place to find love, the franchise Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelorette, do you think so?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can absolutely find love. I mean, I've seen it personally twice. I've seen Caitlin and Sean find great love, and I've seen Tanner and Jade find great love. So I've seen it in person, and I know that it can work.
That's true. Are you seeing anyone now? Are you still looking currently? Are you just living your life normally, or?
Yeah, trying to get back to somewhat of a normal life, and no, single, so just not really dating at the moment.
And what do you look for in a girl in particular? What makes her different to you that you would want to date?
Somebody who can, somebody who's confident enough to kind of make fun of each other. I love that. I love like a good banter, being able to joke around and not take each other so seriously, but then also have that element of romance and intimacy, and somebody who who's kind and treats others with kindness, and definitely are qualities that I look for.
Now, you come across so many girls and so many just different people out there. What kind of makes a girl stand out? I know what you just said, but like maybe in a crowded room, will something kind of make a girl stand out to you in particular?
That's tough. In a crowded room, like if you were out or like at a bar or something.
Yeah. What would you want to go up to a girl and say, okay, I like her, I got to find out who she is and learn about her? Like what would make her stand out?
Well, definitely if I'm just, if I see somebody in a crowd and it's, physical looks only, then it's, her eyes. I love beautiful eyes, and, somebody who's laughing a lot is definitely an attraction.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, somebody who is kind of like, having fun and laughing and kind of doing silly things, and you're like, I want to go over there. I want to go hang out with them. So
exactly,
those are definitely attractions.
Good sense of humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then what's like a dream date for you? If you could have like a dream date, what would it be?
Oh man, a dream date. It's tough to top that New York date that I had. That's as tops as it gets. But something along the lines of as much as I love big, extravagant dates, it's really those quiet, intimate dates that are the best, where you can kind of just hang out and have a bottle of wine and make dinner and watch a movie, and those are definitely the best dates for me.
Exactly. Okay, speaking of all this romantic stuff, you got to tell us, because we know you like some of the romantic movies, stuff like that. What are some of your favorites? Top lists. Good stuff.
Of romantic movies?
Yes.
10 Things I Hate About You is definitely up there. Oh yeah, love every second of it. And Crazy Stupid Love is definitely one of my top romantic movies. Princess Bride. And then other movies like I'm definitely that guy who loves like coming to age comedies,
Uh-huh.
like American Pie or Can't Hardly Wait. I love the element of the story of like you're either graduating college, you're graduating high school, and you have like that one you've had this crush for years, and you have that one final night where you have this party and like she's gonna be there, and you got to just really go for it. So I love those stories. Those are
Oh,
definitely my kind of comedies.
that's good stuff. Good stuff. I know. How about okay? Like again, some of my favorite movies. Okay, have you seen Vegas Vacation? Please tell me you've seen that.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I love all the vacations. Christmas Vacation is my favorite, but
it's your
Vegas
favorite.
Vacation is fantastic.
Okay, good. Every time that's on, it's the best.
Oh yeah,
So good, so good.
definitely one of those
Okay.
movies where you're just kind of flipping through the channels and that movie's on FX and you're ended up there for like the next 2 hours. So
Every time we go to Vegas though, we think of that movie like
oh
completely.
yeah, the movie that I think of when I went to Vegas was definitely Hangover. I think that's the
Hangover.
movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the
Oh
movie
yeah.
that most people think of. Who doesn't want to steal a cop car and adopt a baby while you're in Vegas? So
Exactly. How about What Happens in Vegas? Ashton Kutcher, have you seen it?
yeah, oh I love that film.
That's good too.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously Ashton's in it, which is why I love it. But no, I do. I can't remember the supporting actor's name, but he's Ashton Kutcher's best friend in the film. He
In the
plays the
movie?
lawyer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, he is hysterical.
He's really funny.
I think he's such a great comedic actor, and
And they're like,
um,
you know why, you know why.
oh yeah, and I love where because Cameron Diaz's best friend, the girl, hates his character,
Right.
and so they're sitting next to her because they're stuck together because Cameron Diaz and Ashton are talking, and he's trying to flirt with girls, and she's like, oh, he's married, and he's like, oh, this is my lesbian sister. Tell him about your softball team. Tell him about your softball team. It's just
Yes.
fantastic. So yeah,
Oh my
it's so
god.
great.
Oh,
So definitely one of my top comedies as well.
so good. Oh my god. Again, that movie I could watch over and over. Really good.
Oh yeah, love that movie.
So now, speaking of Ashton Kutcher, gotta ask you. They kind of reached out to you, Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis. What did you think of
Well,
that? Look alike here. What do you think?
that was definitely one of the highlights of this entire experience. So, he, I was in LA at the time, and then Ashley I called me, and she was like, Ashton Kutcher just tweeted a photo of you. And I was like, are you kidding me? And so I saw the photo, and never in a million years did I think that I would be on the television and Ashton Kutcher would be sitting next to the TV taking a picture. Obviously it would be him on the TV and me taking a picture next to him.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then having, reading the caption, seeing that Mila Kunis sat him down next to the TV and took a picture because she thinks that we look alike, was definitely one of the highlights of my entire experience. It's just one of those cool things because, I mean, I've gotten told, thousands of times, I feel like people try to associate people that see in everyday life with celebrities. So, of
Right.
course, I've always gotten like, oh, you kind of resemble Ashton Kutcher. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, thank you. That's obviously a huge compliment. He's, a celebrity sex symbol and he's hysterical and he seems like a really cool guy. So being associated with him is never a bad thing. And
No,
then,
no, not a bad thing at all.
yeah, I'll take it. And so, and then seeing that picture really just kind of, was a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
It's unreal. Seriously, I don't know how you can top that now with like something to happen.
No.
Like you can't top that.
No, you can't top that. And it's one of those cool things I'll be able to look back at and say, yeah, that happened to me.
Now, do
Ashton
you?
Kutcher tweeted a photo of me because
Yep.
his wife thought we looked alike.
That's
So.
it. Did you screen cap it, take pictures, print it? I don't know. You have to do something with it.
Oh yeah, I definitely screenshot it. I posted it on my Instagram and I
Uh-huh.
said how cool it was and how lucky I felt. So, oh yeah, that thing is blown up in my room right now. So.
It's got to be hanging up on your wall. You got to print it. Come on.
Yeah, it's on the ceiling. It's above my bed, so I look at it
Oh,
every night before it
wow.
falls out. If you would have asked me last year, you'd have been like, yeah, in a year from now, Ashton Kutcher's gonna be taking a picture of you next to the TV. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Right. Now, do you think you look like Ashton personally? Like you think so?
I mean, I think we have similar qualities. I guess he's obviously far better looking, but I can see somewhat of a resemblance, which I feel very lucky. So,
I see. I see it.
yeah, I see it a little bit, definitely. So.
That's crazy. Okay, now do you go on the streets, like just when you're out and about, do you get recognized now like a lot of the time? Are they like, oh, that's Jared, I know you, blah, blah?
Yeah.
You
So it's really flattering. I get a lot of people that come up and want to take pictures and just talk about my experience. And, it's definitely different and sometimes can be very, very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But 90% of the time it's amazing. and people have the nicest things to say and say they watch the show. We really enjoyed this past season. We hope you find love. They say really encouraging things. So yeah, I get recognized a lot.
How many dates have you got asked out on? Like probably a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Definitely a lot of dates that I've been asked on. So I feel really lucky that women are pursuing me right now. So yeah, I've definitely been asked out a lot over the past couple
Wow.
months.
Any crazy stories? Anybody eccentric ask you
Some
out?
some are eccentric, some are a little touchy feely when you're out, and some women go above and beyond to try to take you out on a date. So nothing really specific, but just some crazy ones.
Any celebrities reach out? Anybody?
No, I mean the Ashton photo was great, and like I had Saya tweet at me one time, which was awesome, and I love her music, so that was really cool. Um, no, nothing like that. Nothing crazy. Just some people from I've talked to a couple different people from previous seasons, both Bachelor and Bachelorette, and just on friendly terms, just kind of talking about our experience, and because it's cool now. Like I'm a part of this family of
Yeah.
all former contestants, and we all went through this very unique and crazy experience, and so we have that to really connect us and bond us.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, are you still doing your daily life? Like, are you still part of the restaurant business and doing all that continuing? Is that what you're doing?
Yep. So yeah, doing that right now part time, and then traveling a lot, which is great. And, just kind of riding the roller coaster right now.
Nice, nice. And you guys just had a Canada event? Is that right, with the whole Bachelor people, everyone?
Yeah, I got invited to the Toronto International Film Festival with a couple other friends, so that was really cool. I'm a huge film buff, and so to be invited to the film festival up in Toronto, it's a beautiful city with great people there. So I felt really lucky to go.
Awesome, that's awesome. And then I was going to ask you, this is a get to know you question. So, do you have anything we may not know about you? Anything random facts?
Random facts. No, I mean, I feel like a lot of people know a lot about me now, so nothing too random. Just I have my dog Clark, who's named after Clark Kent. I'm still in Rhode Island. Yeah, I mean, I love sports. I'm pretty competitive, so I think that's one thing that people are surprised about me when they see me on in a competitive atmosphere. I definitely have a more intense side. So they're like, oh, that's something we didn't expect. And it's like, well, I like to win. So
You like to win. Interesting. Okay, we didn't know that.
yeah,
There we go, there we go. I know I'm noticing your hat Red Sox, so.
yeah, definitely Boston Sox all the way. Unfortunately, they're stinking this year, but hopefully next year they'll bounce back.
Yeah, do you watch soccer?
Yeah, New England Revolution occasionally. I don't watch too much of the um, you know MLS, but I'll watch World Cup a lot. Obviously, who doesn't? So,
World
but I
Cup
definitely
is
support the
great,
home team, New England Revolution.
yeah. Uh-huh. Do you play FIFA? Anything? Video games you play?
No, not really.
No.
Occasionally, I play Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Very far and few between, but I know I really need to get. Past few years I haven't played too many video games, but definitely every time I do, I feel like I'm sitting down for like 2 hours playing. So.
Uh-huh. So when you're just kind of doing just normal stuff, what do you like to do in your spare time then? Sports, stuff like that, or what do you like to do?
Yeah, sports is definitely on top of my list. I love being active, being outside. That's the thing about Rhode Island. It's only nice here from, about 4 months of the year we can really go outside, 4 or 5 months. So,
Oh, really?
but anytime it's a nice day, definitely like to be outside, going to the beach. Obviously reading. Yeah, sports is definitely on the top of the list. And I play everything, whether it's baseball or volleyball, basketball, football, tennis. My friend has a ping pong table. We play a lot over there, so definitely like to stay active.
That's fun. That's fun. It seems like, yeah, all the sports, you're good at all of them.
Yeah, I was always a good player at sports, a good player at every sport. Never a great player, but good at everything, so worked out well.
Nice. Okay, how about also, do you have a favorite fast food restaurants? Anything?
Fast food. I don't eat fast food too much,
You
but
don't.
if I do, man, it's gotta be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
I always seem to if I ever eat fast food, it's usually Taco Bell. So That's my go-to right there. If we're leaving a bar late at night and we're all starving, taco drive-through. That's where we go.
Good stuff, good stuff. Do you guys have Chick-fil-A down there? Have you eaten Chick-fil-A or tried it?
Chick-fil-A just opened up.
Oh.
I think it was last October. That place was a zoo.
Oh
You would
my
have thought
gosh.
the president was there for 4 months straight, because every time I passed by that place, it was just ridiculous. There was traffic cops there
Oh my
directing traffic because it was so crazy. So that's Rhode Island for you. Something, if you're the new kid on the block, everybody flocks. So
Wow.
yeah, we just got our first one. So I haven't had it yet because I don't want to wait 4 hours.
No one wants to wait. Oh my gosh. You'll be there all day.
I know, huh? So, but I'll definitely try it soon.
Wow, oh my gosh. I know you gotta wake up 8 a.m. to wait just for lunch?
Yeah,
By
you
1
have to
o'clock.
rush there to get in line before it even opens. So when you're first in line, so you get through there quickly. It's like going to the DMV. It's terrible.
Wow, oh my gosh. And do you cook yourself? Do you know how to cook? Or you?
Yeah, I cook. So I don't cook that often because I don't enjoy cooking for just myself.
Mhm.
Because it's kind of cooking for myself. I'm cleaning for myself.
Yeah,
It's kind
one
of,
person, yeah.
It's exhausting, but I love when people come over. We always, I definitely like cooking. So
What's your
it's definitely
specialty? What can you cook? What's your specialty? What can you cook?
I mean, it's usually probably either lasagna or I do a chicken burger where we get that use an alcohol. I like making mashed potatoes, even though it's hard if you don't have an electric blender. If you have to just mash them yourself, it's terrible. But yeah, those are definitely some of the things that I cook.
Are you a healthy eater at all? Do you?
I try, but I'm not the guy who's going to count calories or watch out for carbs too much. I try to eat healthy. I'll buy wheat bread and organic peanut butter or lots of fruit and veggies and all that good stuff. But of course, I'm not going to be the one who turns down pizza, or if you want to go get ice cream, I'm not going to get frozen yogurt. I'll definitely get a nice scoop of cookies and cream. So
Oh, good.
I envy it. I wish I could be vegan or vegetarian,
Yeah.
but I love meat too much. I love red
I
meat too
know.
much. Eat a nice piece of filet. It'll change your life. Change your
Yeah.
life. Blow your world.
Exactly.
I have it. I gotta have it.
Yeah. How about, are you a soda drinker? Do you drink soda or no?
So I didn't. I used to drink tons of soda as a kid, but obviously as I got older, I cut out soda. One of those things try to be healthier. But then I was on the Bachelorette, and most of the times you have to stay up really late. Whether it's a date card or something coming back home from a date, you have to stay up till 12:31 in the morning. And it gets a little boring at times. So during the day, I'll have 2 or 3 cups of coffee, but 8, 9 o'clock, I'm hitting a wall. And so actually, it was Joe Bailey. Joe would drink a Coke at 8, 9 o'clock and kind of give him a little boost of energy. And I started doing it too. So now I'm hooked. So I have some soda a couple times a week now. So not good at all. But that's okay. It's so good though.
It's so good. It's bad, but it's so good.
Oh, it's so good. There is nothing better than a bottled Coca-Cola.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Oh God, it's ridiculous. It's like crack
ridiculous.
cocaine. That's.
I know. Straight up in a bottle.
Yeah, straight up in a bottle.
I know. Have you been to the Coca-Cola store factory where they have them literally made there, the Coke store?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's so good. It's literally from the bottle. They have thousands fresh.
Yeah. When we went to Ireland, we went to the Guinness factory. We got to drink Guinness straight from the factory. And,
Yeah.
you can taste the difference in something being made fresh. So it was good.
Straight from the source, right there.
right there in front of you.
Oh my gosh, was everyone going crazy though? Wanting so much to drink?
Oh yeah, well the thing is, it goes down so smooth now, and you kind of wait around because when you're in the Guinness factory, you sit down, you talk, and then guys will go and talk with Caitlin, and so you kind of have to wait your turn. So while you're waiting and you're talking, you're just you keep sipping your beer, and then before you know it, you're 3 deep, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ. So,
You know what's going on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Now I got to go talk to Caitlin, and boy, here we go.
Here we go. One too many drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then speaking of sodas too, do you like Slurpees? Are you a Slurpee fan?
I'm not a Slurpee fan.
No?
I'm sure if I started drinking them, I would become addicted because I've only heard great things. But
Because if you
no,
like
I haven't
Coke, you
started.
gotta like that. It's the
Yeah, I
same
know.
thing, but frozen. Good.
I know, right? I got it.
Yeah, gotta try that, gotta try that. Okay, and then also I was gonna ask you, who are you the closest with on the show? Anyone in particular?
Yeah, all those guys I really consider friends. They're such good guys, and I felt really lucky being on Caitlin's season because I got to meet so many incredible guys that now are my friends, and definitely Tanner is probably one of my closest friends from the show. Going through the Bachelorette with him, and then going through Paradise with him, it was, we really gravitated to each other, which is great. I'm really close to JJ, and that was one thing that I'm really glad I went to Paradise for, because if I didn't go to Paradise, I wouldn't be as close with JJ as I am now. So definitely close with JJ, close with Ben H. He's such a sweetheart, such a good guy. I'm so excited for him. I can't wait to watch this season. Sean's a good friend, such a great guy, such a genuine guy. A guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve, and definitely a big fan of Sean. And I'm friends with Nick, Chris, Joe, Ben Z. I mean, kind of everybody. So
You guys, you had a good season, definitely, like you said, good set of guys.
yeah, it was tough. I remember when we were in Dublin, we didn't get to say bye to JJ when he went on the 2-on-1. We were like, that sucks. And then I remember when we went to the rose ceremony, we're kind of looking around. There's 8 of us left, and it just, like, we all had this kind of, obviously we knew why we were there, and there was nothing more than I wanted to when I was on The Bachelorette than, obviously to spend time with Caitlin, but
Right.
we were all kind of looking around just like, man, this sucks. We got to say bye to 2 people right now? Like, oh, this sucks. You just form this bond and you become so close because, you wake up with these guys and you have breakfast and you work out with them and then eat lunch and talk all day. Have this unique experience together where you're just with each other all the time, talking about how you feel in your life and what you want. Yeah, it was definitely crazy.
You guys are learning a lot about each other. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
life stories and spending so much time. And like you said, going straight to Paradise, it's continuing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was the same thing. Like the first week, it was really Tanner, myself, and JJ who just really kind of clung together. We just spent all day and all night with each other. And obviously, like as the weeks went on, Tanner started forming more of a connection with Jade, and and then I had my situation going on with Ashlee and Clare. And you kind of like start to not spend as much time with each other, but definitely became very, very, very close with somebody, a good friend already in Tanner, and then a good friend in JJ. He's definitely the guy who would give you his shirt off his back, and that's something I really respect about that guy. So he's definitely going to push your buttons and bust your balls, but at the end of the day, he's a good man. He's a very good friend of mine, and somebody I really admire.
Oh, that's awesome. And like Joe on the show, was he everything they kind of portrayed him to be? Was he kind of like that, being that you were around him a lot?
It's tough. That was probably the toughest part watching back Paradise, was seeing some of the things Joe said, because, obviously I know Joe personally, and I consider Joe a friend, and I know that what he did, he was trying to do for Sam, because he thought that there had been something wonderful there. But I also, I know how Joe feels now, and I know that he's pretty remorseful for the things that he's done. We talked a lot throughout the show, and he would text me and, just really feel bad and apologize. And it's like, Joe, it's okay, what you did wasn't right, but hopefully we can move past it. Yeah, he didn't look good on Paradise, I'll tell you that much, but he's definitely a much better guy in person.
Yeah, because we like to see the good in people. You know what I mean? We always want to give people the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and it's hard because, he did make mistakes. Both Joe and Samantha made a lot of mistakes, but I still consider Joe a friend, and I know that he's got a good heart. He messed up. But the good thing, everybody makes mistakes. I make hundreds of mistakes, and I will always make mistakes, and that's part of being a human being. And Joe made some mistakes in Paradise, but he also recognizes them and, has since apologized for them and realized what he's done is wrong and is learning from that. And that's all you can really do, there's really no point in holding grudges or, condemning somebody for the rest of their life for something they did in a 3-week span.
That's right. That's right. And then, is there anything behind the scenes maybe we didn't see? Anything fun that went down? Anything?
Yeah, just a lot of laughs. A lot of. I wish they had more of what. More conversations that Tanner, myself, and JJ had, because they were they were really funny. Oh man, I wish I could think of one specific event that happened behind the scenes that wasn't shown, but just a lot of like joking around and making fun of each other and laughing, and I can remember, so on the first rose ceremony in Paradise, you kind of have to stay not in your room, but on your side of the resort, which is a very small section, so because you're not, you can't really see the people during the day of the rose ceremony, so I remember JJ was getting a little claustrophobic throughout that entire day, because it's, it's a long day where you're stuck in your side of the resort. So he was in rare form that day. So Tanner and I were kind of pushing his buttons a little bit. So that was definitely something I wish I was seeing on camera, because he was in rare form that day. So, but then another one would be when there was this gigantic moth flying around our bedroom one night. It was myself, Joshua, and Dan in the bedroom, and it was dark out. It was pitch black, so this moth, the size of a bat, was flying around the room, and it kept landing on us.
Oh no!
It hit Joshua in the face. It landed on my back. So I remember 3 grown men as one point I'm cowering in the bed, and Joshua and Dan were trying to kill this thing with pillows. And, it would have been funny to see 3 grown-ass men just trying to kill a moth while being terrified of it. So that would have been pretty awesome to see.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great. See, we want to see this stuff. We really do.
Oh yeah.
And
I wish we could have seen that. But there was definitely some good bloopers out there that they showed, like the Tenley one where the bug flew into her dress and she literally just ripped it off. So I know, I didn't know that happened, so that was pretty cool to see. That was funny.
You guys, so there's no cameras, anything like that? I'm like, you didn't film anything behind the scenes you can watch back? You can't have that, right?
No. Yeah, whatever's shown is what we see, so. There's cameras on us all, 24/7, so.
Was it hard for you living that life, though, without cell phones, TV, stuff like that, or were you okay with it?
It's pretty liberating, actually, to not have a cell phone for a little while. There's really no, no connection to the outside world. You're kind of on your own and in this experience and in this mindset. And, definitely probably the biggest thing that we all missed that we had talked about was music. It's just a way to calm you down and kind of, lift your spirits a little bit. So not having any music at all was probably the most difficult part in terms of not having a cell phone, TV, or music.
Well, that is tough. And it looks like you guys maybe by the pool, they play you some music or something. I don't know why you would think that.
Well, because you're mic'd up and on camera, 24/7, so you can't really, if something happens and there's music playing in the background, then, you can't really show because of copyright, so it's better just not to have music at all. So sometimes the producers would be really nice and they would play music on their phone really quickly so we could hear a song or two. So
here, you have 10 seconds. Hear the song. Go.
Yeah, exactly. They'd play the whole song, which is really nice of them. But, we would have. They would be like, all right, well, if we play music, you have to do an interview right now. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll do it.
I'll do the interview in a trade for a song. Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's like feeding candy to babies. Here's your treat.
Yeah, here's your treat. If you want it, you got to do this. And you're all right.
Following the chocolate around.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we are. We feel like kids on the show because you can't really do anything without permission. So even just going back to the resort, you just got to be like, all right, well, I'm gonna walk back. And they're like, all right, cool. Just so everybody's keeps tabs of you and know where you're at. So you don't make a decision for the entire time you're there. Everything is made for you.
Wow. So when you went home, was it were you happy to be home?
Yeah, well, it's great, especially when you first come back and you see your friends and you see your family and you're back in your comfort zone. And, it definitely feels great. Because it's, with any new experience, I feel like it adds a layer of character to you. You feel like a new person almost.
Yeah.
I just went through that. I feel good. I feel confident. So coming back home was definitely a great experience. So
Now,
it's wonderful seeing
not the memories themselves, but the whole show experience, does it start to fade for you, or is it now part of you and that's who you are? If that makes sense.
Well, it's always going to be part of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that show, both The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise, were two very special and unique experiences for me. So it's always going to be an important part of my life and something that I always keep close to the heart. And so, yeah, it will always be a part of me. Now, it's not going to represent who I am, obviously, but, you know, it's one of those things that I can look back on and always be proud of saying that I did.
You know,
Yeah.
just look at your bedroom wall. Turn around and say, "What's that picture?" See?
Yeah, exactly.
Good
Just lie
memories.
down and look at the ceiling and see the picture of Ashton Kutcher and be like, yup, that happened because
That's
of the show,
it.
so it's all worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coolest experiences. Wow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, what made you originally decide to sign up for The Bachelorette?
Well, I got nominated, so my friend Crystal nominated me. I remember we were just like kind of talking last year during the summer, just about relationships and things like that, things I wanted. So she took it upon herself. She always said like I should nominate myself or I should go on. I'm like, I don't know if that's really for me. And you know, I'd never really seen the show, so I didn't know if I'd be a really good fit. And like, I'm not a Bachelor type, you know what I mean? I'm confident, but I'm not that confident to go on a reality show to try to date. So I never signed up or anything like that. So she just signed up for me and sent in some pictures. And last October, I got a phone call from LA. I missed the phone call. And I listened to the voice message and it said, you know, this is the Bachelorette. You know, your friend Crystal nominated you. We'd like to get to know you more. And simultaneously, my friend Crystal's texting me because they tried to call her because they couldn't get in contact with me. She's like, pick up your phone, you idiot. The Bachelor's calling you. She's like, I signed you up a couple months ago. Long story, don't ask. So I was like, yeah, I'll go through the casting process. I'm not going to get on the show. And then I just kept getting a call back and a call back and a call back. And then, you know, they flew me off a finalist weekend. And I was like, holy crap, I might get on this show. Like, this is crazy. This is a reality now. And then, of course, they called me and said, hey, we'd like you to come out and take part in our show. I was like, all right, let's do it.
That's so crazy. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Like you said, you probably never expected for it to just keep going through and like, oh, okay, next step.
Yeah, I thought I'd be like, oh, if I get, like, flown out there, that'd be cool. If I meet a producer, you know what I mean?
If I do.
You know, it'd be cool to say, like, oh, yeah, I was in contention to be on The Bachelor. But never in a million years I think I'd get on the show. And then especially night one, I thought I was gone. Some of the guys that I first met were Ben Z and Ben H and Sean and Tanner, you know, Ian and all these guys were better looking than me and taller than me. And I'm like, I'm gone. Like, there's no way I'm sticking around. You know, these guys are way cooler than me. So, but it worked out well.
Yes, I remember your opening with the Superman shirt.
Yeah, so the Love Man. Yeah, Love Man. That was an interesting idea. So
that's neat. You thought of that, or they had you do that?
It was a group effort.
Group effort.
To come up with that, yeah.
Neat opening.
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
And now, if they asked you, obviously they have Ben H, but I'm saying if they asked you to be the Bachelor, would you have said yes?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's tough to say. They never did ask, so I never really truly contemplated it. I mean, it's something that you got to always consider. It's a lot of pressure. I saw what Caitlin. Sorry, my dog is like licking my face. But you know, we all saw what Caitlin went through. You know, and how exhausted she was a lot of the time, and how wonderful it is, but how much pressure there is too. So it's definitely something I would have considered and been very humbled to even been asked for or even in consideration for. I felt very lucky. Yeah, it's definitely something I would have considered, but they definitely got the right guy. Ben H is, I mean, if you look up Bachelor, there's a picture of Ben H there. He is sweet and kind and honest and tall, dark, and handsome. He's a model to look at, and on the inside, he's just the perfect guy. So hopefully he has a great group of girls to choose from, because there's nobody that deserves it more than that guy.
That's awesome. I know. And do they tailor the girls kind of to Ben H? Do you know?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Because during the casting process, they ask you, who do you like, and you know, what girl would you like to see as a Bachelorette? And so I would assume that they do the same thing, kind of choose girls that they would think like, yeah, you know, this girl might be a really good match for Ben H, or this girl might be. Because at the end of the day, these. Sorry, I say that all the time. I need to stop saying that. But these producers want the show to work. Obviously they're making a television show, but they want whoever the Bachelor or the Bachelorette is to be with somebody for the rest of their lives with the person that they choose.
And then also Chris Soules, he was on Dancing with the Stars. Would you ever do Dancing with the Stars if they asked you? Would you do that?
Oh, I mean, sure, why not? That would
would.
be a fun thing. Yeah, it would be a fun thing to take part in. Um, yeah, that doesn't seem like too much pressure. That's just more like, hey, if you can dance, cool, let's have fun and work hard and see what happens. So yeah, that would definitely be a cool experience. I would totally be down for that.
Can you dance?
I mean, I've known to, nay and whip in my time, so.
You're in the right generation now for that.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, exactly. I've been called a young John Travolta in my day. No, but yeah, I would definitely. I can bust out some moves. I don't know if I'm a good dancer, but I'm not a bad one. I can tell you that much. I'm not a bad dancer. I don't know if I consider myself a good dancer, but if I was out there, I would blend in with everybody. Nobody would pinpoint me and say, "Oh, he's got moves," or "Oh, he really sucks." I would just. I'm decent.
Now I want to see you on the show. Now you're telling us all this, and we're all hyped, and we're like, "Oh, you got to be on the show
Yeah.
now."
I know, right? Well, hey, listen, we still have Gary Busey to watch, so he's pretty
Yeah.
entertaining. So I
Are
can't
you
complain
watching?
about that.
Are you watching? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching. Definitely. I was hoping somebody from Bachelor Nation would be on there, but there wasn't, unfortunately. But I'm still definitely tuning in. Yeah, definitely supporting ABC.
Exactly. I know Gary Busey though is great. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's awesome. So
Oh
he's
my
hysterical.
gosh. I know they
Yeah.
moved us though from watching Bachelor in Paradise to Dancing with the Stars. So we were kind of, no, we watch it anyways, but I'm saying when it's over, you're like, oh, but we have Dancing with the Stars now. So, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly. So there we go.
one show to
On
the
to
next.
the next.